Ciao friends, and welcome to Simple Italian Cooking. My name is Liz, and I've got a great Italian dessert for you today. We're doing a tiramisu, and the cool thing about this is it does not include egg. And the reason why I'm not including egg is because a lot of people, including people in my household, are very sensitive to egg if it's not cooked properly. And a lot of times people, including myself, get a little nervous when we're dealing with raw egg with desserts that are not baked or cooked. So we're eliminating that. There are ways you can use the egg and temper it and do all the add stuff to it that helps, avoid any concerns. But I'm not going to go through that. We're just going to omit it and adjust the other ingredient quantities to compensate for that lack of egg. And trust me, it's going to taste absolutely divine. All right. So we've got some whipping cream. We got about 2 cups here. You want about 5 tablespoons of powdered sugar. You're going to have about 1 cup of mascarpone cheese. You can buy this usually in like the specialty areas at grocery stores where they have like the nice cheeses and stuff. I can't remember where we got ours, but I know they sell them, even Walmart sells it. All right, so then also a lot of times we add some alcohol to it, so brandy, rum, marsala. You can add, I'm using rum, and it's 3 tablespoons. I break it out right away because I'll forget, and then just add all 3 tablespoons. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and we have about 1 cup, a little bit more of some espresso. You can also use, if you can't find espresso, you can use very strong coffee. Just make it very, very strong. The espresso is nice because it gives it that slight bitter taste, which is, very, very nice in a dessert like this. And then we have the cocoa powder that we put on top. And we have these Ladyfingers that you want to get. And you want to make sure you get the Italian Ladyfingers. And the name that you want to look for is Savoriarti. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. I have the wrapper here of what I'm using. And it's Savoriardi. And I'm using about 24 of these. Now, quantities are totally adjustable with tiramisu. If you have fewer biscuits and you have more cream, you just use more cream, just so it has more cream in it. Other times it doesn't matter. All right, so pretty flexible. In terms of equipment, what I'm using is a mixer. You can use a stand mixer too, but I like to use a hand mixer because the first thing we're going to do is whip up that heavy cream. Heavy cream is very thick, so you want to give it a shake. And you're going to be using a few different bowls here. So, all right, let's go ahead and just pour this in. Okay, so like I said, we're going to go ahead and beat this until they form peaks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm using the whisk beaters for that. Okay. So we're not done with this. We're going to add in, this is the powdered sugar and the heavy cream are going to go together. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this in and then gently mix it in, okay? And I'm doing that just by folding it in. Okay, so I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to grab another bowl. And I got to get my mixer again. Okay, so now we take the mascarpone cheese, and if you're not familiar with this, it's got the same consistency as cream cheese. So it's kind of thick, which is why we have to mix it and beat it, because we got to soften it up and get it a little bit better, different consistency. So we're going to take 1 tablespoon of the rum. Again, you can omit this. And we're going to go ahead and add it to the mascarpone. And we're going to go ahead and add that in. This was 2 teaspoons. So I'm going to go ahead and mix the mascarpone with the vanilla and the 2 teaspoons of vanilla and the 1 tablespoon of the rum. Again, you can omit the rum. So now we're mixing the mascarpone cheese, that vanilla, and some of that rum, and I am using regular beater bars, not the whisk. Okay, so this is looking really good. You can really feel the difference in this mascarpone in the cheese to where it's very spreadable now, very easy to spread. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get as much as I can off the sides here and give it a little bit more beating. By the way, if you like Italian food and you like Italian cooking and Italian recipes that taste absolutely amazing, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video if you like tiramisu, and make sure to join our newsletter because we send out delicious Italian recipes that are easy to make every week. You're going to absolutely love it. All right, let's go ahead, and we have the two different cheeses now. We have the mascarpone, not cheeses. We have the two bowls here. One is the cheese, one is the whipped cream. So we're going to go ahead and add this into this. I'm going to do it gently. And I'm just going to take some in here and just mix it. Very good. Probably just ate about 100 calories in that little bit. All right. So now we have this delicious cream cheese mixture. We're just going to set that off to the side. Okay. So here we have the espresso. Now, if you don't have espresso, you can always buy instant espresso. Like if you don't have an espresso maker and you don't know how to get that espresso, just buy some instant espresso that you can make easily, and that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in along with the rest of the rum. Again, you can omit that if alcohol is not your thing. And I'm just going to give it a little stir. Okay, so I went ahead and measured this because it doesn't say on the bottom. I really wanted to tell you exactly what size this is. So this is an 8 by 12. Okay, so if yours is a little off, or yours is square, or yours is oval, don't worry about it. You can snap these and make it fit. And if you have a small one and it's deep, you can do 3 layers. If you have one that's longer, you could do 2 layers. It's okay. All right, so let's see what we can get here. So the way we do this, and there's different ways. Some people like to just brush the coffee on. I'm just going to go ahead and do it traditionally. I think it's going to be, fine to just go ahead and dip it. You really don't want to dip it more than 2 to 3 seconds because these are so dry that they're going to just soak it right up. So I'm going to do that, put it right in. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and make our first layer. So this is actually probably about 10 ounces. The whole bag was 14 ounces that I originally had, and I didn't think I needed all of them. So if I do, I have them here. I think it's always good to have more than too little. And you can soak these for less, or if you want, like for the bottom layer to make it firmer, that could be if you just want to brush them instead of dipping them and then dip the other ones. People do it different ways. I'm just going to do it all this way. I'm not too particular. I know these are already going to taste great. And if you have to break some up in order to make it fit, like I said, then go ahead and do that. And that'll be fine. All right, exciting. So we've got our first layer, okay? So before we do anything else, we are going to add a layer of the cream. Now remember, the very top layer is going to be cream, okay? So just keep that in mind as you proportion this out. So let's see how we do here. So I'm just doing 2 layers, unless I have a lot of cream left over. Then I could do 3. So we got our first layer down, and I'm going to do the second layer. One thing to keep in mind is the principle of tiramisu is really about the layers and the ingredients. So again, as I mentioned before, if you want to make yours into 3 layers, you can totally do that. And If you want to make it just 2 layers like I'm doing, you can do that. So you just need to adjust the quantities as you see fit. Okay, and for this layer, I am turning them over. Okay, now we got the second layer of the Ladyfingers. And I'm going to use up the rest of the cream, and I'm just going to load it up on top. Okay, and for the finishing touch, what we're going to do, what's very typical with tiramisu, is we want to coat it with some cocoa powder. So I'm using a little sifter. This comes in really, really handy for times like this. I'll put a link below in the description so that if you want to order some, they usually come in a set of different sizes. I love them. It's so convenient. All right, friends, so we've now done all the layers and it's absolutely delicious looking, but you can't eat it yet. It's got to go into the fridge and it's got to set for at least 5 hours, ideally overnight. So I don't have a second one prepared, so I'm literally going to just put this in the fridge and then I'm just going to show you what it's like and what it tastes like in about, well, it's going to be pretty late tonight, but maybe I'll let it sit overnight and I don't know. I'll let you know. So I'll be back when this is ready. All right. Ciao, friends. It's the next day. Actually, it's about 24 hours. I haven't been able to get to this video until just now. So, but that's okay. You can look and see how delicious it looks. One thing I did, and here's a tip, is I was really concerned that, well, first off, I like to cover things when I put them in the fridge so it doesn't absorb the flavors of the other foods that are in there. So I put some toothpicks around the edge and then just lightly put the plastic wrap over top. And so that just kind of protected it. So just a little tip there. All right, so let's go ahead and take a bite. And I'm just going to go ahead and give myself actually a very small serving here because this is very high cal. And it is just going in there just lovely. And see if I can get this out. Just so. Oh, perfect. So I'm going to try and zoom in here. Hopefully you can see. Let's see here. And you can see the different layers here, right? So you can see the Ladyfingers, the cream, the Ladyfingers, and of course the cream on top. So all right, let's take a bite here and see how our eggless tiramisu tastes. Mmm, that tastes like a tiramisu, and it is delicious. Oh, I love the Ladyfingers. They're so nice and fluffy. And they have that really nice espresso, coffee, slightly bitter flavor. I think even eat just like Ladyfingers. So much wonderful flavor. This is delicious. So this is something that I'm so happy that I figured out how to make without the egg. So you don't have to worry about any concerns you may have of using raw egg in a dessert like this, because this eggless tiramisu is delicious. And of course, serve it with some coffee or some espresso. It'll be absolutely divine. So I hope that you've enjoyed this recipe. I hope you try it at home. And don't let the egg spoil you, or prevent you from making tiramisu, because you can definitely go eggless. So thanks so much for watching. And by the way, check the links below because I have a free mini cookbook for more holiday recipes that are all Italian and easy. So please check that out. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one. Grazie e ciao.